See, the truth is, y'all ain't even supposed to be here. As in, y'all not even supposed to be born. Now, death, boy, this is good for death because death says, some people, they were just late.
Yeah.
Your ass is not even supposed to be on the planet.
Oh, I got something for you.
Y'all get the worst.
Y'all gonna get it the worst. Oh, y'all gonna get it good. Everyone, tickets are finally on sale for the Double Toasted 11th year anniversary party, July 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets by going to Double Toasted 11th year anniversary party. Got my show coming up in New York. A night of sit-down comedy back at the Broadway Comedy Club. That's going to be June 27th. That's a Friday, 9:30 p.m. You can get your tickets by going to doubletoastedny.com. Let's go ahead and get into it. Just saw I was going to say my first Final Destination movie for the first time this past weekend, but that is not true. I saw the first Final Destination movie for the first time this past weekend.
Do you remember what your first one was?
Yeah, I think it was either 2 or 3. I didn't see the worst one, which is 4, but enjoyed it, liked it. So that's why, I was looking at this Final Destination 6, Bloodlines, and I was thinking, oh, I'm worried, man, because, you had something that was very novel, very good, a nice concept right there, and y'all running it into the ground like people do. People run out of gas at number 3. True. Y'all went twice as far.
Yeah.
We run on fumes with this, but you never know. You never know. How do I feel about this? Well, I'll tell you how I feel about this. First of all, I might be late with catching up with some of these Final Destination movies, but at least I saw a couple of them. Boy, this youngster over here, he ain't seen
none of them.
He ain't seen none of them. So let me tell you what he said tonight.
Okay.
I'm riding in the car with him. He's like, man, Final Destination, man, they ripping off that monkey, man. Oh, no.
I didn't say it like that. No, I'm not saying it like that.
Final Destination trying to be like that monkey.
No.
Why don't you vanquish it, huh, Bill? Wait.
Yeah, that man. Why they copying Stephen King, man, that monkey?
I didn't say it like that. No. I knew
You sure it wasn't like that?
No, I knew the monkey got his inspiration from Final Destination.
That's not what you said. Man, that was just like that monkey.
No. Well, yeah, I was like, it reminded me of the monkey. I saw the monkey before I saw Final Destination.
I said, boy, these youngsters out here, man. Even that monkey's like, you about to, I got your goddamn mouth. For real, Julie? I ought to kill you for that. But no, that is not the case. That monkey, I wouldn't even say it was influenced. I say that monkey ripped off.
Complete ripped off. They're like, y'all haven't done one of these in a while? I guess I can get in there now.
Leave it up to me. I got this. Playing a little drum.
I know. And you're like, you know what, monkey, put it down.
You're
drunk. You don't know what you're doing.
We ain't getting no monkey too now.
So now Final Destination back in death is saying, move your little monkey ass out the way. Let me show you how it's done, boy.
Yeah, ain't no monkey too.
Let the adults in here come in here and show you how it's done. Let the original come in here and show you how it's done. So yeah, folks, we are back hanging out with death again. We got more people thinking they can get by on old Grill. he ain't gonna get me.
Well, I had to try, didn't I?
I got plenty of time before he show up.
I was gonna take it easy on you. Oh, but you want to be funny, huh? All right.
Shit, I wish death would come up in here. Oh no! Yeah, man. So we got this girl, Stephanie. And Stephanie keeps having these nightmares about people dying horribly in this towering restaurant. And she soon learns that it's due to a terrible truth about the rest of her family. See, the truth is, y'all ain't even supposed to be here. As in, y'all not even supposed to be born. Now, death, boy, this is good for death because death says, some people, they were just late.
Yeah.
Your ass is not even supposed to be on the planet.
Oh, I got something for you.
Y'all get the worst.
Y'all gonna get it the worst. Oh, y'all gonna get it good.
I do shit y'all ain't never seen before.
Yeah.
I ain't know I could do.
As usual, since death feels like you cheated him, he takes that. Look at celebrating too. Yeah. 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 He takes that as an insult. And so when death arrives, well, let's just say it ain't gonna be nice.
No.
Go ahead and celebrate while you can.
Yeah, death has an attitude. Yeah.
Death is kind of a dick. I mean, if you on schedule, you ain't messing with his plan.
Right. Yeah.
It's cool.
I mean, his first plan is not to treat you nice to begin with.
No.
But if he got to go to plan B, oh man, it's gonna be bad.
Well, sometimes he'll catch you. Sometimes even people's like, you know what, Death, I'm ready to go. Here, I got you. Come on. But but if you trying to buy a little extra time, you trying to get by on him. No. So you want to go? You want to go play games?
Right.
Yeah. When you tell you what, it ain't gonna be no nice quiet death. You are gonna leave a nice impression on everybody.
Everybody see this shit.
People gonna remember you.
It's gonna be horrific.
Yeah.
All they're gonna talk about is that freak accident.
Meanwhile, Death like, wasn't nothing freaky about it, baby. It was all me. Let's go ahead and get into this trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
With this movie, I think one of the problems with these films when they're at their worst is that they try too hard to top each other. They always have a great opening scene, and then of course the death set pieces. They always got to be bigger, crazier, gorier. And so that's a problem when you're trying to, be better than the last movie, be bigger than the last movie, be crazier than the last movie. And this movie is trying to do all of that and succeeds, in my opinion. I was like, I'd be damned. Y'all pulled it off. Right. You know what? The director's gonna die.
Why? These movies aren't supposed to be good.
This movie was not supposed to be that good. You just doomed yourself. This one, you cheated movie death.
Well, Julie and I were just talking about it. I don't know if it was on the show or afterwards, saying how these movies, this franchise, it has such potential for cleverness, and inventiveness with the traps, and it always was just short of that. But we said, man, if they're doing a new one, if somebody comes in and they're really inspired, like they've seen them all and they know the formula, but they're inspired to do something more, we can have a great movie. And that's what they've done here.
Man, listen, I've had so much fun at this theater tonight. I don't know if this is the best movie I've seen this year, or if it's in my top 5, could be. But I will tell you what, it's damn sure one of the most fun movies, if not the most fun I've had at the theater. Man, this is by somebody who really understands this franchise and knows knows it enough to where they know how to top the last movie, or they know how to come in and do do bigger things with this film based on what is done right in the past.
What's done right in the past. How not to repeat things, or when you do, it's a nod that like, hey, this is a callback.
Well, yeah, because like this does a lot of great callbacks, and it does it right from the beginning of what all these movies do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but a formula of Final Destination now is like, hey, you open big. Yeah. And the opening scene here is incredible. Now, see, what they understand here is that some of the best scenes in Final Destination, it's not just about death, it's playing on fears.
Yes.
And then death.
Yeah.
My dumb ass was, when we did our retro review for the first one, boy, I'm glad Julian came in to stop me, because I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and watch this on the plane, and then I'll be able to do the review when I get back. And Julie's like, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Boy, if I had been on that plane and watched this, let me out! Let me out!
You would have been watching it, and they would have hit just a little bit of turbulence. Right. And you'd have been screaming your head off.
I would have been trying to open that exit. Let me out! Let me out! We're going to die! I've just seen my death while watching this movie. But that's what they do. They open up big, and it's not just about, when it's done right, it's not just about opening up and trying to just give you a big set piece just to show you, oh, look at what effects we can do, and look how crazy they are. They play on fears. Fear of flying, fear of a roller coaster. This one says
fear of an elevator.
Fear of an elevator. With
I
this
was
one
just on
coming.
the elevator too.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Some shit happened.
Yeah, that means you're gonna die too. But so in this movie, they start out with fear of heights. They make sure they do a slow pan up to show you how long this towering restaurant is, where this couple's going in and celebrating. Well, I won't tell you, but they're celebrating something in the film. Of course, that's all about to get disrupted by Death himself.
It's about to do.
Boy, it is so incredible. It's like, and listen, I'm not gonna. This is gonna be a little hyperbolic, probably, but it's almost like watching the Titanic go down.
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of. And all those disaster movies from the 70s, like the Towering Inferno, and the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah. It's done that well. It's done incredibly well. But I also think what really works with this movie is that it's embraced the horror, and the kills here are wild, but it's also embraced comedy a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is straight up a horror comedy this time. I mean, the first one had some humor in it, had a lot of humor in it, but it was leaning more on the horror side still. Man, this one is
they're joking about this.
Yeah, everything is funny. Everything is funny here. And see what is great about this is that, watching this, they do what Final Destination does. They do all the setups, and you were squirming through the setups. They're showing you all the potential things that could go wrong, and every one of them pay off with a gnarly kill and a big ass laugh. I laughed at every one of these people dying in here.
Because you're a sick bastard.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not the only one.
The whole camera was going crazy. But they also do a great job at like having these characters. They have these characters in the movie that like you always root against. You know what I'm saying? It's like these dickhead ass characters. So you're like, I can't wait for this character to get his.
That's not here. That wasn't the case here.
I thought that was in the intro.
No, not at all.
Oh, no. You know what? Okay, minor characters. Very minor.
But it's still,
Minor, no.
Oh, yeah. So
minor characters, they did. And I would tell you what, they had something in here no responsible adult should be laughing at. And someone died in this movie. And in any other movie, every adult would have been like, that's not funny. You don't laugh at that. Man, the death that they did in this movie with that, it got the biggest applause out of anything.
It was the most satisfying death out of that whole 2-hour movie.
It really was. And every death is funny in this movie because everybody had the same reaction when it happened. Every time somebody died, there was always either a family member or somebody who just walked in the room, mouth wide open. And then they cut to a kettle whistling or something. Man, listen, I'm sick, and I saw it with a bunch of sick ass people. That might as well have been a mental home.
So yeah, I would laugh at that shit.
We were all psychotic watching this.
Well, they do such a good job of not just the setup, but the fake outs. And then the fake outs, it's like, oh, we're not done with that. It's coming back around.
Yeah.
But I also thought it did a good job with presenting us with this family or extended family where they gave them all personality. So you got a chance to care about everybody. It wasn't like, oh, I can't wait for you to die. It was almost like,
one of them.
Oh man, I sure hope you can make it, but it's not looking
we
good.
We ain't Final Destination, so you ain't.
Listen, the kills were too great for that.
Yeah.
See, because the problem in this movie, not really a problem, it's an asset for this movie. But the thing with this film, see, the kills are great. And the problem is that it isn't that you're going to die. We're all going to die. Everybody dies. Yeah. We just don't want to die like that.
I don't want nobody to see me like that shit.
It's so bad that some people in the movie, they were like, hey man, I'm good. I just got cancer. Right. They're like, I would.
I'm gonna let this take me out.
I might die in my sleep. Death did me a favor. But if you are on death's shit list, it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be that kind of death where you in bed surrounded by family members at 90 years old. It's not going it's not going to be a nice emotional sweet death. It's going to be messy. When it happens, they're going to have to clean your ass up off the floor, the walls, the ceiling.
Yeah, because death has a sick sense of humor. And we'll start off with something mundane. Something you're like, oh, you could have saw that coming. Like, man, I couldn't have seen this. All this was going to happen.
Our death could have just simply given you a heart attack, or you could have had a brain aneurysm. But death said, what's the fun in that? And by the way, you bitches owe me. So we're going to have a little fun today.
Careful, Howard.
And death back there.
I'm okay. It's okay. No, you're not. It's all right.
Death is back there.
And you always gonna die in front of somebody.
What I tell you, every death had that reaction, mouth wide open.
Yeah. If you by yourself, death's like, you know what, I'll get you another time. But if you in front of an audience, you're like, oh, I got your ass.
Right. I need people to see my work.
Yeah. And now for my next trick, you.
Me?
Yeah. Don't worry, baby, I got you. Man, like I said, it's so much fun that it brings out the evil in you, man. Every death in this movie got an applause.
Yeah.
And Martin is 100% correct, or at least I agree with him 100%, because it's not like these people are unlikable. At least when you get to the family, none of them were assholes. None of them were like, well, they had it coming. Yeah. No, they are actually a sweet family that cares about each other, which should make this more of a tragedy. Oh, my man right here. Like when you open up, you saw like this sets the tone for what kind of people they are.
Family. You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
And they got each other's back.
But also they have some tension in the family, which makes them more relatable, like real people. Like so often with movies, they just go like, well, the family and they're all nice and sweet, and that's it. But it's like, oh, they gave them some dimension here.
Yeah. No, they did. No, they really did. No, it makes it it makes it a little hard to see them die so horribly. But I mean, look, you know where you are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You're like, oh, maybe they can make us like, oh, you know where you are. You knew what this was.
You shouldn't be here if you don't want that.
You know what you signed up for?
Is your phone doing that thing again?
No, Martin, no!
Well, you would not have had no premonitions. No, Martin, no. That was just Shopify. He knew. Hey, he knew I was coming. No, Martin. We have to stop and give a word out to our sponsor, which is Shopify. Hey, listen. I have a premonition about you folks out there. You are so talented. You make such cool things, whether it be things that people wear, you make art, you make toys, I don't know. But I do know that you can make it an online business. And the best place to start is, you know where I'm going with this. You got your own premonition right here. Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all commerce in the US. And they have hundreds of ready-to-go templates. So you don't need any kind of coding knowledge, anything like that. Just plug it in. And Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools to help write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your pictures and photography. And, you got to reach out to people, so you can easily create emails and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And Shopify is there to help you out. They have 24/7 help for you. And I'm ready to give you this code right here, which is going to help you save a little money so you can start making some money. Go to shopify.com/toasted and get a $1 per month trial period. That's all lowercase. I want to thank Shopify for sponsoring this portion of our review. And now back to that review. Yeah, man. I felt vile after watching this because the cast is really good, man.
Yeah, especially be a bunch of actors that we've never really seen before.
No, that is true. No, this is a lot of this is people that you don't know, and look, the characters aren't terribly deep, but like I said, you feel for them. I mean, listen, these people are having one tragedy after another. So even when they're abrasive with each other, I mean, they're going through a lot. You understand? Mm-hmm. It's not like they're being a dick or anything. They everybody's going through it. And like I said, they really do care for each other, man. When things start going down, they are trying to save each other. They're trying to do the best that they can to prevent whatever's going to happen next from happening. But y'all still got to go. Did nobody come here for love and family. We came here for death. Grisly, brutal death. That's what you get with this movie, man. I do like that it was a mixture, though, of a young cast and an older cast.
Yes.
This wasn't like, we just got to do another Scream thing where it's just centered on, 20-somethings or teenagers.
Yeah. I like that about it a lot.
That's because of the family dynamic in the movie. Because everybody is, everybody's related and everybody's on the list one way or another. Everybody has to be included and everybody gets a lot of screen time. So some of the people that I think are standouts in the cast, let me see here. I really did like the lead actress, Caitlin Santa-Wana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she led the film very well, man. Yeah. And she's the one that's trying to save everybody, and she cares so much because everybody's like, bitch, you crazy.
Right, yeah.
And it was frustrating at first, I admit, because she's trying to let everybody know. She knows what's going to go on. Of course it sounds crazy. And, and this is a family, and they're just kind of like, look, we love you, but sometimes we really hate you too. Mm. So you feel for her in the beginning, man. But, instead of this movie where she's going through the whole film and everybody thinks she's crazy, they get on board real quick.
Yeah. Some shit happens. Like, you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah. After the next incident, they're like, oh, you're onto something.
What'd she say again?
Yeah. Also, let me see here. I mean, I don't know.
But also in the beginning, where her laying out her theories and Grandma said this, and you got to see everybody going like, you need to stop.
Well, yeah, she was doing a lot in the beginning.
Because she was doing a lot. It was bad. She was being very pushy.
Yeah.
I admit, she could have used a little more tact. Like, let me talk to you on the side here.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, man. Like I said, I like everybody in this movie. But there was something about this dude, Richard Harmon.
He was amazing.
He was so funny, man.
Yeah.
And he was so funny without, in other movies, they would have made him funny by making him an asshole.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he really wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he was abrasive.
Yeah.
You can't blame him.
But you can't blame him. He's all emo and shit with his tattoos and piercings everywhere.
Yeah, and he had some, he had some lame ass tattoos, like damn skull over his damn stomach and everything.
Yeah, he's a
bit on purpose.
A little angry cliche, but not to the point of you like, I can't stand this dude, because he was funny.
No, he was very funny. He was very funny. And speaking of him, the movie, you saw in the trailer, the movie does some pretty clever callbacks to classic moments in the series.
Maybe that's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
So if you've seen Final Destination, you know what that's a reference to. I'm not going to say anything, but they do that a lot to the movie. And it's not... And they don't do it where they stop the camera. If they do, if they do, they make it funny.
Yeah.
So I like the way they handled those references, man. But I gotta say, man, it's while I'm talking about this is funny, and I'm talking about how much of a good time I had. A little melancholy, a little bittersweet for the great Tony Todd, and I was happy to see that people really gave him a moment of applause during the screening. It's sad. It's probably the saddest death in the movie, being that he really did die.
Yeah.
I can't believe he died. When did he die, y'all? Was it last year, 2024? I'm not sure.
It was last year.
But
it had to be.
The thing is, you can see how skinny he is, and he was ill.
Yeah,
I believe during the filming.
Right.
But
they worked it into the movie.
They did.
They did. Yeah, perfectly.
It was eerie in a way the way they worked it into the movie, man. And they really did give him a proper send off. And it was something where, man, that was tricky because the man is sick. Mm-hmm. This movie's about death, right? Yeah. Anybody else been like, I'm dying. You would be in a movie about death. Yeah. But no, they do a really great job, kind of knowing probably he won't be around for long. They do a great job of giving him a proper send off.
So,
If you take a life, you get the time that person had left.
What? No, I'm not going to kill someone.
Maybe we should let the guy finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. He's so funny, man. If I had any criticisms about this, there are moments where, this is a really not just tragic, but horribly tragic thing that they're going through. They're cursed. And when things slow down, they kind of act like things are really back to normal. And that's just a small thing because I can let it go because of the movie's comedy aspect. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there are moments where like these people should be traumatized. And they just, once things slow down, it's like, okay, things are kind of back to normal now. It's also convenient that now these are not, this isn't like not just brothers and sisters. These are cousins and uncles and everything. I thought it was convenient that the whole family not only lived in the same town, but also in the same neighborhood, like right down the street from each other sometimes. Well, but the whole family, but it happens. Like I said, it's not a big deal. But, you tell like it's for the sake of writing. We got to have these people in the same place. Yeah. Also, the beginning of the movie, during that really incredible death scene or that tower scene at the beginning, there was that's a period piece. That's set probably
looks like the late 50s.
Like late 50s. And it was not all the styles fit in. I saw one black dude with a very modern hairstyle. There was some things like, okay, I don't know if that black dude be dancing with that white woman like that back then.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, listen, I'm not going to take a point off the movie. But this scene which y'all set up is beautiful. But late 50s,
early 60s, or mid 60s,
or even early 60s.
Yeah,
you're not going to have this exclusive restaurant / club with that's so integrated that you got white people and black people and Asian people.
Yeah,
and yet some white people were getting turned away. I was like, that's not a thing.
No, hell no. No, it was in the 60s that's what I thought, because they were playing music from the 60s.
Yeah, it would have been early 60s.
Yeah,
that was Temptations they were playing, right?
No, Isley Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, but and now, like I said, I saw some styles, like I was confused. I was like, all right, this person is clearly a time traveler, right? But listen, I enjoyed the movie, and I was surprised to learn about who did it. The director is the reason why he knows how to do horror so well. This man was raised in horror. The director is Zach Lipovsky. There he is right there. The reason why I say he was raised in horror is because he played in an episode of Goosebumps.
Oh,
look at them damn fake ass teeth. I think that's the most horrible thing I've seen.
I thought those were his real teeth. I was like, oh, poor guy. At least he grew into them. I can't help it. He passed them on to Rami Malek to play Freddie Mercury.
Being a season of White Lotus or something. Okay. This is the episode of Goosebumps that he was in.
But he's a vampire.
Of course he is. We all are.
Oh, don't worry. They hurt a bit at first. But by the time you've had your first meal, they'll be fine.
Oh, the horror. The horror. Them teeth. But man, yeah, he really understood this series and he did a great job. And I give us a full price. Like I said, I had a great time in the theater tonight. Again, maybe it's because of the crowd I watched it with, but I still would have watched this and if I had seen it at home, I still would have had fun.
Yeah.
But because I had such a great time with the audience, I would say make sure you also go see this with an audience. Go see it this weekend, man, when it comes out, because you'll have a great time. Everybody's going to be applauding, laughing. Who knows? You might grabbing themselves. Yeah. You might even shed a tear or two for certain people. But yeah, full price for me.
Yeah, this movie, it's so good with the fake outs. I mean, so clever with the setups and then with the fake outs that I even saw a death in the trailer that's not in the movie.
Yeah.
They love to get you. But that's so much of the fun of it. But also, I think a thing that works, at least for me, works really well with this movie is that it's got a driving plot.
Yeah.
Deaths aside, everybody has a goal and you're with them, like hoping they can solve this riddle.
Yeah.
So it's always it's always got forward movement to it. Other than the anachronistic interracial diversity in the beginning, my only big flaw with the movie is that you kind of depend on a sequel that comes way after the fact to be bad. Yeah. So to stay away from these. And then you get one that's good like this, and it makes you take a chance on all the next few terrible ones that come up. But yeah, that's we've been having some really good and fun movies lately. This does for this franchise what Thunderbolts did for Marvel. And it's like, oh, you're doing all the things we've been wanting you to do finally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a full price.
Yeah, so this is like my introduction into Final Destination.
It's all downhill from here.
You sure about that, Drew? Thought we were friends, man.
And I will have to say, man, that beginning sequence, that introduction into the movie, I will have to say that's probably one of the best intros I've probably ever seen. And I think the reason why it's so good, especially with somebody like me that hasn't seen the other movies, is that it sets up and it sets up everything that's going to happen later on in the film. Like, it sets up, okay, this is how these characters going to act. It sets up the tone of the film. It sets up how the deaths are going to be. Because I was like, I didn't know the deaths would be or look that gruesome.
Oh yeah.
But watching that intro, I was like, God damn. I said, we still got another 30 and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I see a bunch of movies, so usually I could take it. But after a while, I was like, God damn, these deaths are getting to me. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this. I think some of my criticisms probably will be surrounding the dialogue. I thought the dialogue was a little cheesy in some points where I was like, all right, I think if this were to happen, they probably wouldn't be saying stuff like that. But definitely, yeah, I had fun with these characters. I don't know if I would go a full, probably go a high matinee. Okay. But I would say definitely go see this in IMAX. Cause I think it's shot in IMAX. It looks beautiful in IMAX. And I think that's the best way to say it.
What is some really good sound mixing with this?
Yeah, there really is. Yeah. And they do take advantage of IMAX pretty well.
They do.
Certain shots.
I ain't never seen
especially with that
needle. I ain't never seen a crowd just celebrate death so much. Hey, I did not see that coming.
So the opening scene is set in 1968.
68.
Did they say that in the movie?
I don't think that
can't be 68.
I don't think. No, that's if they listen. If they say it's 68, I think they got the style just a little wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think they even said what time it was.
No. It's safer to not say, but
yeah,
there's a lot going on in 68 that it's not showing up there.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it, but yeah, it looked earlier. But hey, they were at a fancy place, which probably made it look.
Unless they like when these small towns in Iowa that's behind the times.
So we don't know. Some other people say it's 50s, late 50s. I'm going to stick with late 50s, early 60s myself. Mm-hmm. I will go as far as maybe 64. I'm stopping there. Damn it. Like we're in a time machine right now or something.
Yeah, because this is very pre-Beatles.
Or would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.